as far as Jane and Clay, you've just watched your comrade of the last few weeks get crushed and dragged into the river by a strange tentacled beast of some sort that Clay was able to stare away by firing a round into the river, and it seemingly escaped in a jet of oily black explosion and rotting dead fish exploding out of the water. Seeing the jet stream of the creature, the wake of the creature, headed north up the river. As you stand there taking in the scene, the crew of workers that were trying to get the fish out of the river are in stunned silence, staring at the river behind you. And the entire area just goes eerily silent, as no one's quite sure what the fuck that was and what the fuck happened to that guy. What do you do?
I assume he's dead. Take my hat, put it through my chest, and say a little prayer to Paylor. I stare into the now black covered inky river. I'm going to look around first to see if I see any more crabs.
Give me a perception check. What did you get?
Oh, 1 on the die.
What did you get?
1 on the die. Oh, my actual perception? 3.
I mean, like, be mindful, some DCs are as low as 5. Like, if there's a fucking crab fucking in your face, rolling a 1 doesn't mean you don't see it. But
sometimes it does.
Looking around the area, no, it's eerily still. For the flurry of action that just transpired, the juxtaposition of such rapid and quick violence right next to absolutely nothing going on is haunting.
We're going to go after him.
How are we going to go after him?
I don't know, but we should go after him.
After the giant tentacle.
Seems only natural.
How far is the street? The length of the ink?
I mean, the ink, most of it is in the area that you guys are fighting in. It does travel slightly up north, but the wake of the creature goes even further.
And north is towards the ocean?
No.
Or the...
North, actually, if you followed this river all the way as far north as it would go, it would eventually end up in the eastern mountain range of the Dragon's Mountains. But it goes pretty far north before it merges back in with the mountains and the snow caps that create the river in the first place. I mean, you would be out of the Red Star Waste by a good distance before you even got to the place where this river comes out of the mountains.
Do you think that's it?
Do you know any animal or any that has tentacles living in this area?
I'm going to have to make a knowledge check.
Just give me a nature check.
I should be good at this.
One would hope. But you never know. I don't like to stereotype.
An 8.
An 8? You have heard of creatures similar to this, but much, much smaller. It looked like either a squid or an octopus's tentacle, but to the best of your knowledge, those are saltwater creatures, not something you would expect to find in a river. And again, you coming from the mountainous area, you've never seen one, but you've heard about them. You know, you just... never that big, and definitely not in fresh water.
This is an unnatural creature that we're not visible on here.
That's what I assumed. It doesn't
Are there any more that we should find the bad things, or is that it?
I don't know. I can't see anything. There's dust in my eyes still.
You hear a slight clearing of the throat behind you, and as you turn, you can see Theron there. He's got his short-rimmed hat kind of pulled over his chest. I appreciate what you two have done today, but look, I can pay you. He looks into the water. I can pay you double. I can pay you double to hunt that thing down and kill it. The men are refusing to work while that thing's still out there.
Just literally just 4 gold, sorry.
No, you were all paid 10 gold per crab. So you've already made 30 gold each. And he's willing to double it just to hunt down one creature and kill it.
Do you know where it goes?
We didn't know it was out here, too. We saw it at the same time you did. We would have warned you about it if we knew it was there.
You seem sincere enough. I can't go down the river because I'm still sick. Any way to go check with water to see if Shen might still be there.
I can't park the water.
What?
I can't park water.
I didn't ask you to pop water. I just asked you if you can go check above the water to see if you can see Shen. Maybe his body's laying there. Maybe there's body parts somewhere.
Okay, but keep in mind, I'm not going to go near the blood one.
You're about 30 feet away from the water's edge at this point, and as you look at Clay's request and see the giant mass of dead fish still floating on the river top, the pool of ink they're now floating in, you may do what you will, but it seems like an impossible task.
I believe this is an impossible task.
So, we're gonna go need some help back in town. We need to gather some more material. We need to gather some more weapons. Possibly another body to help us kill this giant tentacle
Who's the guy talking
thing.
Theron, he was the representative with the
Mr.
Lockshire Lane.
Theron, do you have anyone you can recommend? We're one man short.
You got folk coming in and out of town all day. Kind of. Look, I don't mean to sound rude to a lot of you, but typically we just look for whatever able-bodied people are new to town for the dangerous stuff because they usually haven't learned well enough to say no. So.
I mean, you can't say no.
I don't want to say no.
Yeah.
I believe we have another quest marker right on top of him. This big yellow thing.
You do see a weird yellow quest. Well, actually, it's an exclamation point. Yeah, you have to actually kill the octopus for him to get that, and then you get your 30 gold.
Yeah.
That or you can skip this assignment and move on. He will be stuck in purgatory asking.
Skip.
It's actually part of the main
Skip.
story quest. You're not going to be able to gain another level until you actually turn this one in.
Do side quests until you level up, then come back.
I don't like this game. Just let me skip the intros.
Go back to farming slimes. You'll get strong enough to fight the octopus.
Let's go look for some more
WoW Classic
crabs.
is not for Carlos. Scrolling quest text. Fuck this.
Dude, how do you think I play WoW? Got it, go that way. Although some of the story was pretty cool, especially the horror forest where all the spiders and the giant wolves and the undead are around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was cool.
Note to delete this later.
But the other stuff was not really all that interesting.
But before you delete this, remember to watch Covenant on Twitch. He'll be talking about WoW Classic and how superior a game it is to all the games that have been made in the last 10 years.
So importantly, he bored you to
Keep
death.
this message.
Okay, so we have to go follow the quest marker, and we gotta go that way.
I still think you're a little crazy, Jen, but okay.
She's in the fourth
Alright,
dimension.
back to the game. If the two of you are going to look for another hand, you can offer them the 30 gold price that I'm offering. I can pay you both now for what you've done. And he hands 30 gold to each of you for killing the crabs.
How many crabs did we kill?
You killed 3, 10 gold each.
That was the only crab they saw?
Yeah, it was the only crabs they knew about that were in this area. So as far as they know, you killed everything except what they didn't know about, but now know about. And they're willing to offer you another 30 gold for that one kill. Proof of its death.
Was it 10? 10 per crab? Or
It was 10 per crab, so you're handed 30 gold, and Clay's also handed 30 gold.
Sweet.
If you two are going into town to look for another hand, just do me a favor. When you get this thing dead, you bring it back to the Lockshire Lane Shipping headquarters in town, and make sure that either myself or Cheryl gets the proof of it, and that way we're able to ease the workers' minds, and we can get back to work.
How are we going to carry this thing?
You don't need to carry the thing. Bring back an arm or something, just to prove to him that it's dead.
We had proof. It's just delicious and funny.
We can talk about bonus for expediency. We need this river flowing as soon as possible. We've got too much of the red crystal in the bank right now, and if we don't get it shipped out of town, well, we're going to be looking at a raid sooner or later.
That's uncalled for.
Okay, Ben, and Jan, let's head to town. Let's see if we can find another body.
Very well.
It's a dead one?
I don't know how Vane
I
talks.
like
He's never
Vane.
been here to play his character. Vane stoically nods.
He's very quiet, isn't he?
He's a Final Fantasy XIV protagonist. All they do is nod and agree to everything.
Oh,
you
so
want.
he's the one who's being controlled right now by the...
Yeah, he's the one being controlled by the player, and he just smiles.
Who
and
are the
nods.
NPCs?
Yeah, you're the ones with. You're the named NPCs, right? The ones that actually have storyline and development. Yeah.
Great.
I'll leave
Alright.
this for later. All right.
Noted.
You guys did come in on the wagon, but you're leaving the wagon with the lane shipping company. So it's going to take you about hour and a half, 2 hours to walk back to the town.
That's
I'll just take one of the horses.
Well, the only horses you have are the ones pulling the cart. So unfortunately, their property at the Lockshire Lane shipping company one, and two, they need to pull the cart because they're not going to leave it out here in the middle of the wilderness.
Sure they will. Let's go. What time of day is it?
Hold on, let me do this. What time of day is it? Actually, looks like
I knew.
Can you predict the weather?
Hot and sunny. Yeah, that's no roll needed. Hot and sunny, pretty much 24/7.
Will it rain?
Give me a nature check.
I can. Oh, I know.
The spell that you have.
A spell? Oh,
If
no,
you have Druidcraft,
I got 4.
4. It will never rain here ever.
It will never rain here ever.
oh dear me.
What's the Druidcraft spell?
Predicts the weather for the next 24 hours.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
I
Druidcraft.
didn't cast it, so it was just...
Yeah, fucking, it doesn't look like any water that is supporting what little vegetation there is. Every now and then you run into like a cactus or something.
I'm still...
Pretty much there's no vegetation, and what vegetation there is has grown in the last 2 months. So when you do find something that's small, puny, wilted,
Why would
But-
anybody move here?
it's probably why? You'll see why here pretty soon. It's only getting water from the river. You would guess it at least has not rained since the Red Starfall.
Okay.
It upset at the balance here. We must do something about it. Too.
About what?
The balance that's been upset here.
It's been like this for a long time now.
It's very
Desert, except for red dust. Red dust just came here recently by that.
Point of order, until 3 months ago, it was not a desert. It's actually a forest.
I miss the trees. At least I don't have to cut wood right now like my dad made me cut wood all the time. He'd cut it wood. So, ready?
I've already walked. Are you coming?
As you guys go walking back into town, covered in red dust, and the weight of a lost companion, and need to find a new one if you want muscle. You come walking into town. Looks like most of the streets are clear, as this is the early afternoon and probably the hottest point of the day. I need both of you to give me Constitution saving throws.
One?
Just one, as you come walking in.
What's a constitution? Just add the
14.
constitution?
Yes. And if you're proficient in it, you get your proficiency bonus, but D&D Beyond will already add that in.
Survival? That work?
No, it's just straight Constitution.
Okay,
It's
whatever
on
it
the
is.
top.
Do you have a bonus to your Constitution at all?
It's right
Yes,
here,
I do.
look.
I got 8.
Okay. Jane, being more used to the colder mountaintops of the Dragonspine Mountains, the effects of this heat are really, really wearing on you, and just the walking town is enough to where you're starting to lose your faculties. It's becoming very, very hard to think about anything other than just the sweat dripping off of your brow. And you need to get out of the heat.
Get out of this heat.
Now let's go back to the tavern. A
Water!
little bit.
Water!
You guys go walking into the Fat Angel. Doors swing open. You can see there's actually, at this point in the day, not a lot of patrons inside. Most of them are probably out on their day's work or what have you, whatever they do throughout the town. And what you see is a couple of the bar employees, actually, that are just kind of sitting around with a smattering of patrons, maybe one or two patrons. But you see the half-orc barback that was there before that they called Cookie. She's sitting behind the bar. Looks like she's talking with a human male. The human male's in his early to mid-20s. He's kind of like a dandy-ish kind of guy. He wears like the button-up vest covering a shirt. He's got a jacket on over that with long mid-thigh tailcoats type of thing. You can see a chain hanging from his vest pocket that links around the side, probably holding on to some sort of timekeeping device, a watch, whatnot. He does have a pistol on his right-hand hip, and he seems to be an employee based simply on the fact that he's behind the bar with Cookie as they're talking. You also see 3 saloon girls that are sitting at a table on their own. Doesn't look like they're necessarily trying to entertain the patrons at this time of day, but they're 100% saloon girls. They're wearing the big poofy dresses at the bottom with the tight bodice that, hoists the cleavage up into their faces. They've got huge, elaborate hairstyles done up, and they're probably the only 3 people in this town that you haven't seen covered in dust, as they try to keep their appearance for show, mostly. Making themselves look good and entertaining to the gentlemen of the team. 2 of them are human. One of them is actually a tiefling. And you can see she also has her hair done up in a big fancy hairdo. She's got ram's horns, very large, that curl and coil in on themselves. Her eyes are a deep pupilless crimson, just flat crimson. She's got light lavender skin and seems to be sitting there. The 3 ladies are sharing a bottle of whiskey and playing cards, it looks like. The few patrons that are there also, they're sitting there playing cards, and it looks like just a calm, relaxed atmosphere right now. As you come walking in, everybody kind of turns and takes note of you. The patrons and the girls go back to their game. The man behind the bar quickly wraps up his conversation with Cookie and steps away from her, and the half-orc Cookie looks and, "Oh, welcome back. Drinks?"
Yes,
Water.
please. 2 waters.
Water's more expensive than the whiskey these days, I gotta warn you.
That's fine.
Till they get that river cleared out. And she gets 2 clean glasses and grabs a cistern and pours water into both of them, slides them over to you.
I
She
look
pours
around the
you a second
room.
as you down yours.
I look around the room. I'm looking for a help wanted board. Is there any, like, looking for work, help wanted?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, going on Craigslist.
13.
13? Yeah. There is a postings board. You go and you take a closer look at it, and most of it seems to be for like the local textile work, essentially. You can see an ad for the Lockshire Lane Shipping Company. You can see an ad for the Valsaden Moving Company. You can see a couple of looks like not necessarily companies, but individuals looking for people to help with either to protect claims that they've recently gotten or to look for extra hands to help work a claim. And then a smattering of like just general ads, like, hey, does anybody have 2 veins of water you can sell me? Meet me over here type of thing, But essentially, yeah, medieval Craigslist. It's not bad.
I'll take the number for that one.
All right.
And I'm also looking up anything to write. Well, have like.
You see a couple of bounty posters on there too. You do see the goblin on there that's wanted right now. The corn that you seen earlier on your way into town, and also on the wanted poster in the sheriff's station. But yeah, you can see a bounty poster for him there. Who let's see, Corm is listed at 150 gold bounty right now.
Alright, so I'm going to write help wanted, able-bodied, fight monster.
Oh, and actually, this is how you would get the identity of the larger individual you saw too. When you saw the silhouettes of the creatures, you saw a larger, non-humanoid looking creature, but you couldn't quite tell what it was based on your perception checks at the time. Next to Corm's bounty poster, you actually see a bounty poster for 200 gold, and it's for a Grizz, leader of the Grizz gang, and he definitely fits the size description of what you saw on that hill, as he is a gnome.
Hey, Jane, come here. Take my cup with you. Thank you. See that right there? That hole? That was 200 kill him. He's the Grizz gang leader. The one we saw in the mountain area.
Did he do something terrible?
Yes. That's why he's wanted.
You look on his wanted poster. He's currently wanted for the top charge is murder. There's armed robbery, burglary, and conspiracy, and general mischief.
Bad one, I bet. Same with the other. Alright, so I put a note,
Who's oddly enough wanted for similar charges, and on the wanted poster listed as the lieutenant of the Grizz gang. So probably his second in command.
So I put a little help wanted. Let's rest here for a bit. Maybe a patron will walk in and check it out. But let's just think about what happened. go from there.
All right. And at that point, all right. So the Handlers Guild is called the Cobalt Shield, and Catalina, you've been chosen to head out to the Red Star Waste. They want you to head out there for 3 purposes. One, to get training in a harsh environment, to prepare you for future duties and an actual mage ward of your own. 2, they've gotten reports of a known Mason, educated sorcerer by the name of Vane, half-orc sorcerer that was apparently sent to the Red Star Waste as well by his guild from Lockshire. They want you to link up with his team because he's preparing to accumulate a lot of the Red Star material. And they find that you'll be able to get a dual purpose. One, normally when you hear that they're going to send you to go link up with a sorcerer, there's kind of a groan in the back of your mind because sorcerers are known to be the more dangerous of the 2 magic users that you guys typically deal with. Sorcerers tend to be more unpredictable. Their magic can be innate. A lot of them are untrained and unschooled. But they assure you that this sorcerer did have a formal education. He's a licensed sorcerer with the Mages Guild, and should not be as unpredictable as the sorcerer reputation normally suggests. But the reason why they want you to link up with him in particularly is because if he's successful in acquiring this Red Star, the Cobalt Shield also needs to know what the Red Star is capable of and why the mages are trying to acquire it in such mass quantities and why they're paying such a high gold price for it. So mostly, your stay is less of a handler's mission and more of an information gathering mission on the capabilities of the Red Star, essentially, that you can report back to them and let them know what its threat potentials are, essentially, and how the guild can prepare for this new resource that the magic users are going to have at their disposal. You've been headed north. You went north out of Lockshire through the Lockshire Swamp. Very, very recently notorious swamp, actually. This swamp was home to a druid that became one of the party members that this large adventuring company, the same company that took down the Taras that came out of the Red Star, he was actually from this swamp. And he was essentially the grove warden of this swamp before he joined this adventuring party. It's notorious because he's also the member of the party that turned on them and essentially betrayed them to Shasarak, let them know that he was coming, and ultimately got the best adventurers Ascalon's ever seen all killed. The local populace kind of in the know of this band of adventurers, and as word is spreading, as news is getting to Lockshire faster than most places, being one of the major hub cities of the world, people are starting to get worried that with that guy's allegiance to Shasarak, it could give the Empire a foothold on the area just north of Lockshire should he decide to return home and set up shop. So there is a bit of trepidation you have with this knowledge as you go through the swamp. The swamp is also known to be home to undead, giant alligators. The druid that ended up setting up shop and betraying everybody, the reports came in that he was showing necromantic ability at the time of his betrayal. So essentially, it looks like he was practicing magic unlicensed and in secret until he was able to utilize that to nefarious purposes, and may actually be the originator of the undead that frequent swamp and the large creatures that frequent the swamp. So there is, at best, an old Grove Warden's home somewhere in this swamp. At worst, a necromancer's lab hidden somewhere in this swamp. And as you head north through it, you have a few minor encounters with undead that come to the road, and you dispatch them without too much trouble. Minor undead, skeletons and things like that come crawling out of the swamp. You don't encounter any of the large beasts that you've heard that are out there, but there's literally, you've heard stories of like alligators the size of buildings and things like that are out here, like ridiculously large creatures. But you're able to make your way through the swamp and head up north through as the marshy lands begin to dry out, the forested area. And up to the point where that forested area comes to a very abrupt stop, and you're literally looking at miles of just dead, burnt trees. And then beyond those dead, burnt trees, as you head further north, the Red Star Waste, as what trees that were burnt in the fall of the Red Star, you're getting into the area where shit was just vaporized and wiped out. And there's literally an ocean of flat, red, broken soil in front of you. You travel for about a week through that, and you find yourself in Newfold. What would you like to do?
Well, I need to figure out what there's mages so I can ask around, I guess.
Well, as you walk into town, it's in the early afternoon. Doesn't seem to be too many people milling about, but you do see people kind of quickly moving from shade spot to shade spot in the shade of the buildings and things like that as they go about their daily work or move from business to business and things like that. So it's not a ghost town, but you can tell it's hot as sin, and people are probably avoiding the heat this time of day. With everything being bright lit as you walk into town, you easily make out the titanic shell of the Tarrasque that was slain by the heroes, and it looks like it's right in the middle of this boomtown, essentially. As you come walking in, you can see almost immediately the sheriff's station on your left-hand side, and this large building, maybe 2 or 3 blocks down the road.
The shell seems as good a place to start as any, just because I'm more or less interested in what it looks like, and I'd like a closer look.
As you get closer, the size of the creature from the articles does not really disappoint. It's gargantuan. It's huge. And the fact that this was once a living creature, and that there were heroes in Astalon that were able to take it down, is extraordinary, really. In the light of the day, you can see it's got a almost golden glint to the outer shell. And while it has been dusted with the red dust that covers everything in this area from the topsoil, as the sun shines on it, it's a very highly reflective golden sheen shining through the dust. It's actually beautiful and terrifying at the same time. In the hole where you assume the creature's head used to protrude from, you can see 2 swinging double wooden doors, your typical style saloon doors. You see a sign out front that says, "Warning, no spellcasting inside."
Well, I can't cancel the spells I have on me, but no, I'm not going to cast anything when I go in.
As you come walking in, double doors swing open. You guys will see as a new figure in town comes walking through the double doors. Describe your character.
Brown hair covering part of her face. Short. It's sort of long in front, but also a little short right here, going back. She's wearing more or less really frilly noble's clothes. Carrying a whip on her side, a shield on her back, wearing hide armor. Hazel eyes, brown hair. fair skin, about 5'6", 5'7". And the hair itself is way, like, it looks like she's had work done on everything about her. Also, it looks like she's looking for something.
You look rather noble.
Yeah.
You guys will notice as this new figure walks in through the doors, the gentleman that was talking to Cookie immediately perks up a little bit and goes out from behind the bar and striding forward. Ah, lady, the name's Colt. I'm the proprietor here. He extends a hand and kisses you on the back of your hand very, very gently, very softly, yet dry, professional, the kind of manners that you would expect from another noble from Waukesha. It's a pleasure to meet you. What brings you to the Fat Angel?
The Mage Association from Locksire has sent me out to look for a person, for goodwill and all that.
Oh,
There is a sorcerer that they just want me to be around for purposes of normalcy. It's a half-orc. Goes by the name of Vane, I believe.
yeah, new to town. Just came in a couple days ago. Yeah, absolutely. Have a seat and get a drink. I might be able to point you in the right direction. So you're with the Cobalt Shield then? Yeah, the Cobalt Shield is the handlers.
Okay, yeah.
They're called the handlers for short. They're called the handlers by people that like them for short. They're
All right, I'll just show a little pin.
they're mage narcs to people that don't like them.
I'll reveal like a pin that I have just under the collar.
I have an idea, Jan.
So this is business, as you would assume.
You tell him.
And he goes and pours you a drink that tastes like wine but is non-alcoholic as you are on business. Welcome in. It's such a pleasure to have somebody of your stature here. I'm so glad. I feel like our town's already safer with you. I'll have you know that our bar is equipped with the finest accommodations against all mages and witchcraft. The exterior of this creature's shell is actually not only highly resistant to magic, in some cases reflective, which is why we don't allow spellcasting inside. Accidents and all can happen. But it is said that one of the great archmages of the adventuring party that took down this beast cast a spell at it so powerful that he was unable to resist it himself as it was reflected back on him, freezing him to the spot. The creature was unharmed.
Oh. I wish I could weaponize that. That would be amazing.
It's already helped against 3 raids.
Well, should ever a resource be accommodated, I would be interested, along with my guild, to purchase something.
Well, please, along with the free drink, please accept a room for the night on me. After that, we can go ahead and discuss rates, but I just want you to enjoy your first night.
Thank you. Your name, please?
Colt.
Colt.
My name is Colt. I believe it's Wells. Let me check my notes. Colt Wells, and you can go ahead and make a history check on me.
I do not have dice.
Over here. Back.
He's using my other supply.
These ones are shiny.
Lawrence went through a lot of trouble with the nice little guys.
And they get used.
They do.
They
Okay.
killed me.
What?
They killed me.
Did they?
Yes.
Honestly, what I'd really, really like, what I think would be a cool decoration, is to have vases, right? Like 6 different vases, and have one of them filled with D20s, then filled with D12s, filled with D10s. That would be cool.
You
Or
can
like
go
a
to Walmart
candy
for
dispenser.
$3. What, plastic or
Like
actual?
the cereal
No,
dispenser.
like a glass vase, yeah. And just fill them to the brim with dice. That would be a super cool
I want to
decoration.
make the Billy potions.
Yeah, me too.
So I was gonna go to Hawks with that card
Well,
that I have.
Carlos
Hobby
wants to
Lobby.
make us internet famous and have craft projects that he posts online. I'm telling you, we're all in like this nerdy kick. I started
Craft
streaming.
My craft project is I take a bag of Death Wish coffee, a large bottle of Jack Daniels unopened.
What's that?
What race is Colt?
Colt, he's sweet.
I wanted to look for purple, but I wasn't able to find it. But this
So yes, Colt Wells, go ahead and make a history check on his last name.
I'm proficient in history, which I am kind of surprised, actually. Maybe it was a holdover from the other character.
What part of your background?
Maybe. I rolled a 16, so it is 19.
19? Yes, the Wells family is actually they're a well-known family name for vineyards, actually, and they craft wine as a family trade. You said 19? Colt Wells is actually in recent news in Lockshire. Colt Wells apparently took his inheritance early and ran to the Red Star race on a get-rich-quick scheme to try to profit off of the Red Star. And so he left his family business behind, took his money, and set up shop on a risky venture, and has been quite the subject of controversy and scorn with the older community, and seen as a true romantic by some of the younger noble ladies. Following his heart and his dreams, and it doesn't hurt that he's good looking and wealthy as sin.
Colt, I have heard of you. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, well,
I am Catalina Fairmore.
Catalina, it's a pleasure. So Catalina, actually, I believe you might be in luck. Let me just go ahead and make sure that the time is pertinent, and I'll get you in contact with Ben as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Okay. And you see, he literally just moseys across the bar. I'm sorry, we haven't met yet. My name's Colt Wells. I'm the proprietor.
Hey, Colt.
Clay. Yes, I know. I've heard. I keep it my business to know everybody that comes into town. So, Clay, there's actually somebody that's looking for your comrades that just walked in. I wanted to make sure it was okay with you that I made an introduction.
Is he fond of giant octopuses?
Let me take a breather. My friend just passed away.
Who was that?
Shen, the monk that was with us.
Who just came into town?
I know. And he's gone. So I'm
We
trying
could have
to.
really used his services. That's
Yes.
unfortunate. I don't mean to sound callous. Pardon me.
No, it's okay. Just, I think we're gonna go back to our rooms and rest a little bit, just to breathe, and then we'll come back down and you can introduce us later.
Of course. Well, I might be busy at that time. Kind of a downtime right now, depending on how long your nap is. As business picks up, I might also pick up on my business. So, just to keep you abreast of the situation, the noblewoman that just walked into the bar, she's actually willing to. She's been looking for Ben. So, if you see Ben, you just let him know to introduce himself or introduce your party. I know that's what they're working together. I just didn't want to point out you or your business without recognition first. So.
Okay. And that's, Jane, if you want to, get Bane, probably went up to his room. I'm gonna go talk to one of the, pirates. Maybe they can have more information about that, tentacle creature that was in the river.
Not a lot of patrons in the bar, is there?
Not a lot, but there's a few.
What do you know about a giant tentacle creature in the river?
She just...
Yeah. Legend has here those folks that have seen the tentacled monster.
Damn. You don't want to go down that
Jane.
road. Not a history.
I highly
doubt
I highly doubt that this fine
the man legitimately
man-
just looks scared and is stunned to silent.
I think about your silence, you don't know. I'll ask them better. And she'll just
Look at the guy right next to him who is equally stunned to silent and
Jen,
haven't heard nothing about no tentacles in the river, ma'am.
Jade, go find Bane. You're scaring the patrons. I will return.
As you wish.
Thank you.
Any other patrons I'm going to ask, have you seen a giant tentacle?
And you'll get polite no's, and you'll get confused looks.
Some of them
but-
have
Wraps around and
faces.
such.
But ultimately, no one in town has heard of any tentacle monsters in the river because it literally just exposed itself. I'm sure by tonight, everyone will have heard about it thanks to you. But as of right now, yeah, you don't get a lot of information.
Okay, I'm heading upstairs.
All right, you head on upstairs to your room. You can hear quite the ruckus from 103.
That's where I'm headed. Take a breather. It's gonna take me out of that room again.
The door swings open and there's a pistol in your face. Randomly. For a mood.
Tentacle in river. Know anything about it? So clear it, and then you can go home.
What bleeding time of day is it?
High noon.
Do you know what time high noon is to a pirate?
I hear a ruckus in here, therefore I figured you were up.
The ruckus you heard is what the last two pistols dealt with. Would you like to carry on the ruckus?
Just quickly answer and I'll leave.
Make a persuasion check.
Surprisingly, this pirate loves me. 19.
You got Moxie, Clay. Holsters the pistol. You'll notice the other two are missing, and you're wondering if he was or was not lying about that. And he walks in the room, leaving the door open. You got Moxie, Clay, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm too fucking hungover to even know what you asked.
Okay.
Come on.
You know octopus, right? Octopus, they're in salt water. But there's a giant tentacle creature in the river, which is why it's causing probably the dead fish. So any idea, any clue what this might be? It killed my friend Shen, and I want revenge.
Yeah, well, any octopus in the river, first off, there are freshwater octopus. Most people don't know that. It killed your friend Shin.
Yes, it did.
So we're talking about big
A
octopus.
big giant octopus.
Alright, so it didn't create the dead fish in your river. Octopus are scavengers.
Right.
Scavengers are going to eat dead things. So it's there for the fish. You get rid of the fish, you get rid of the octopus. However, that's normal octopus. You said it ate Shin. What'd Shin do to it?
Nothing. He just went down the river and just grabbed him.
Alright. Then you're looking for a red star infused octopus. Something about the crystal drives the animals crazy. Animals that are normally not aggressive become aggressive. I lost 3 guys to a fucking deer on my way in here.
A deer?
A fucking deer.
What kind of red star is this?
Its horns were crystallized red, just like the red crystals people are looking for. I was able to kill the thing, cut off the antlers, and sell them for a tidy profit. But I lost 2 men doing it.
Yes.
Learned that lesson the hard way. So any animal you see that you think might be friendly, assume that it's not around
friendly.
here.
Okay.
Or an animal that would normally be scared. Like an octopus got no business killing nobody.
No.
They're scavengers. They're not going to do that. However, if it's all juiced up on the red crystal, well, it's liable to just fucking kill whatever it fucking sees.
Now, what happens if we ingest the crystal? Because all this red dust has been getting in our lungs.
I ain't seen no mandarin crazy about a red crystal yet. It's only been around 3 months. Maybe our brains are more advanced. Maybe it just takes longer to affect us. I don't know. I don't plan on staying here long enough to figure it the fuck out. I came here to sell some guns, take the red crystal, and get it back to my people so that we can use it for the war.
Alright. Well, thank you for the time, sir. And I'm sorry about the death of your men as well.
It happens out here.
It happens.
You get used to it, unfortunately.
Yes. Well, sorry.
Hey, do me a favor, though. Can you bring some drinks up?
Yes, I'll do that.
Can you do it quickly before
Yes.
this hangover makes me any more
Yes.
cranky?
Yes.
Blake, you're a good man. Thank you. And
You're
he shows you out the door.
Head downstairs.
Go get some drinks, take
Get
him
some
back up.
drinks.
He thanks you for them, closes the door again. That'll be 10 gold
Yes.
to cover that room for drinks.
That is 10 gold. That's a lot of information, though. That's good.
There's a lot of information and a lot of drinks.
Yes.
And
So,
you keep rolling really high on persuasion checks. That guy does love you. I keep trying to make him hate you, and you keep out rolling.
so is Vane in his room?
Vane is in his room.
I'm gonna tell him, hey, you're gonna come out. There's someone here to see you. Looks fancy and noble. Once again, he or she, whoever's controlling her, is just quiet.
Vane looks at you, stoically nods, and follows you out the door.
I like the player character.
Answer John's comments later.
Alright, so our protagonist, I guess, will be
Yeah, he'll follow you downstairs.
without a word. Cool, this is awesome.
He's picking up cabbages. Why?
Randomly talks to the same guy over and over.
No matter how many cabbages he picks, they all fit in his bag. How does he do it?
He's like walking
It's
slow.
not a small vegetable.
He's somehow walking slow now.
He's walking into the wall. He's walking into the wall.
Lagging.
And a dragon flies over backwards.
I do rest for a little bit because I have
Okay.
that level 1 of exhaustion. I'm exhausted.
Okay, so I bring Vane, I guess, from the welcome blackness.
Yeah, he got a call from Mom, so let's go ahead and take another smoke break here.
Okay, you guys want me to hang over to the Beats Factory then? Because it's about
Sure.
10 minutes for
Yeah, head on over, do that, and we'll resume them. Skinwalker, Jane, and Vane go back downstairs in search of this woman that apparently was looking for them. What do you do?
So Vane is down with us now?
With you two.
With you, Clay is in his room resting.
Okay. Where's the woman? In the fancy...
Well, you go downstairs and she's sitting at the bar sipping a glass of red colored liquid.
I'm probably looking at a red card ante table as I enjoy the game.
Smith, is this who you're looking to? Enter protagonist.
Half-orc in very, very nice clothing looks to you and nods.
He doesn't get choices?
1 second. This game's quite intriguing.
Enter John's comment later.
Oh, you ruined it. Yes. How can I help you?
And as she exclaims, you can hear somebody at the table go, "Ah, you ruined it!" And he throws his cards down. The other person collects his winnings. And as you turn, you see a tribal woman standing next to a well-dressed half-orc. You haven't seen many half-orcs in town, so you're assuming this is probably the guy you're looking for.
Vane. I'm Catalina. I'm here to escort you around and assist you in things.
He takes a look at the badge under your collar as you flash it.
You knew it was coming.
They sent me a babysitter, huh?
Well, I'm a beautiful babysitter.
He looks at you and nods stoically.
It could have been worse. You could have gotten one of the many, many awkward people.
That's
Please,
true.
have a drink. Bartender?
And Cookie comes over and sticking with the same miss.
Yes, please. It's delightful.
She pours a drink and pours a shot of clear liquid for Vane and slides it over to him and gives him a little wink.
So I'm from Lockshire. The guild there sent me to escort you around and make sure there's, well, you know, the intricacies. And I hope we get along.
Yes, and as formality dictates, and he hands over his mage license, you're able to inspect it. Go ahead and give me a history check.
14.
14 is legitimate paperwork. He's a licensed. He's a licensed mage, is what they call it. But you already know, and it does say in the subtext of his contract that he was a sorcerer.
So, have you had any issues with that yet, or has the
With my
training been good?
paperwork?
No, not the
with
paperwork.
the magic. No, things have been fine.
Okay.
The only real challenge is essentially trying to get access to the red crystal is mainly what we're here for. Once I get that, complications are bound to arise because it's unknown arcane substance, and quite frankly, I'm going to be poking it.
Well, if things seem to be messing with you, I will hold on to it. I do know a little arcane, but it's far from anything to your level. I merely dabble for, well, helps keeps me clean.
Well, by all means, if it drives me insane, chop my head off.
Let's hope let's not come to that. And if it does, where do I send the next again?
Whispering into the protagonist ear about
You can send it back to the Mages Guild. You can the Mason chapter specifically. They'll be able to take care of me.
Just to let you know, I have yet to kill any of my associates. Never came to the need. There has been a few that have lost it, but I've always gone the non-lethal route. It helped calm me down. I do my best to make sure that, because there are a few of us that are a little heavy-handed with the mages, but I am not one of them.
I assume your character is being sincere.
Yes.
Okay. He rolled a natural 1, so he looks oddly suspicious of your words. But shakes it off.
I was whispering into the protagonist ear. Ask him if he wants to join us for the present goal.
So, Catalina, are you assigned to me specifically?
I was also in the, since doing what everyone else here is doing here, I'm going to look for the little red dabbles.
You say in addition to, right? Yeah. She has no choice but to follow me now. She's my new babysitter.
I'm going to look at the protagonist very weird, like, new babysitter?
It's a formality in our culture. Anyone participating in magic has to have a licensed bodyguard that follows them around and makes sure that they're safe, mostly from themselves.
But also on that note, I will be taking care of you should something attack you. I will do everything in my power to make sure you are unharmed.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Let's go upstairs and let's go talk to Clay, because we might have just solved the problem of finding our hired muscle.
Babysitter. Strange customs.
You get a knock at your door.
Come in.
And Vane strolls in with Skinwalker Jane and a very well-dressed woman that you had seen downstairs earlier.
Oh, he sits up straight.
And quite comely, actually, now that I realize I'm talking to Clay. She's a looker.
Yes.
She's a looker.
Hi, did you find her? Is this her?
Is who?
The lady who was looking for Vane.
She's his babysitter.
Babysitter.
I prefer handler.
Guardian.
Like a mountain lion?
Close enough.
Protector.
If the mountain lion attacked more than one, yes.
You're a mountain lion? As I look at the protagonist.
Jane. Don't
If
take
the mountain
everything
lion
so
attacks its
literal.
club at random, I suppose you'd be, well, not at random, under dire circumstances.
First it's a babysitter, then it's a handler. I'm so confused.
It's fine. Just, I'm here to assist him in his work.
So you're here to
Personal
help us
servant. Got it.
kill the tentacle creature in the river?
She is now.
Good job, Ben.
He nods stoically.
So do they
Why
offer-
would this matter to us?
Oh.
This seems... I need information, please.
So this tentacle creature has recently to sell. Should I tell her that it killed one of our companions or not? What do
Clay
you
doesn't
think?
seem to be aware that he's speaking softly out loud to himself.
What do you think?
Yes,
Talking, thinking to myself. What do you think? Talking to the devil.
Has he been in the
Okay.
sun too long?
we all have.
I'm rather exhausted. I'm just everything I do, everything I yes. Our friend Shen recently has passed away from this tentacle creature, and we are hired to kill it.
What is the going rate?
There is double the rate of it originally costs.
So you all will be getting an additional 30.
Each of us will get an additional 30 gold increase. Killing.
And, what is this creature you said is a tentacle creature?
Yes,
And it's located in a river, you said?
it's located in the river.
Well, then we will need bait. Maybe one of the horses will do, a pig. Buy some livestock. We'll lure it to shore.
It ran away or swam
Well,
away.
then we just fish. What we want to
The
do
last person who was bait died.
which is why we'll use livestock here.
Livestock is very rare out here. I highly doubt people get livestock death.
You can pay for anything these days. Somebody will be. Maybe there's a mule that's dying.
Well,
That is a true Lockshirean. Everything has a price.
I already know. I was told that there's a scavenger. So,
Then it doesn't matter whether or not it's alive. We
so
can find a
that's
carcass.
We can find the crab carcass that we killed earlier and lure it.
Well, I mean, if you killed it earlier, wouldn't it already have eaten it if you didn't take it out?
Probably still down there.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a crab carcass. How big is this crab? And how big is this tentacle creature?
The
You
tentacle looked about 15 feet long. 'Cause that's how far Shen was away from it. And it just dragged it down.
Huh. Then we'll need it closer to shore than we like.
But to get closer to the shore is what I'm afraid of.
All fairness, it's crushed all his internal organs and his eyes and split inside their sockets before they grabbed him. But, yeah.
Babe, there's two women in here. Just words.
But all we need for it is to surface a minute, and if we anchor something to shore, it should be enough for it to strike. Especially given a little bit of time.
So, he says, and turns to Jane, what do these things like to eat?
I haven't seen these kind of creatures. I'll
Make a nature check.
16.
16. Naturally speaking,
The crab.
anything dead. They're scavenger creatures, so they're going to eat anything dead. So the difficulty being that the entire river is filled with dead shit, right? So that makes it more difficult to hunt. However, with the unexpected aggressive nature of this creature and apparently territorial nature as it attacked without provocation, best guess, anything moving along the shore is probably going to get swatted away from its supply of dead fish.
It's an aggressive creature now, thanks to the crystalline. Would it have crystals on the tentacles?
You didn't see any crystals on the tentacles, no. But again, you guys kind of rolled shitty on perception. And 2, it happened in a matter of a flash.
And I was recently told.
So it's a
Did you guys
scavenger
ever
creature.
check the crabs for crystals, by the way?
Yeah, they did have.
I mean, but
They were
there
somewhat
afterward?
luminescent, yes.
But did you collect them?
No, that would be.
It wasn't that. It's just we need to leave.
We need to
The
come
loss
back.
of our companion caused us to leave and hire help.
Regroup, and we have to go back. But it's a scavenger-like creature. It seems to be very aggressive for a creature that's only eating dead flesh.
Well, then
It's
I would.
infused with the red crystal. That's why it's acting like that.
Where do you get that information from?
I have my sources.
Then we need something to keep it ashore. I recommend hooks on rope tied to the cart. When the thing comes to surface, we hook it and then whip the horses, pulling it on shore.
We don't have a cart and we don't have horses
Or hooks.
or books.
Actually, you guys definitely do have carts and
No.
horses.
They don't have
We don't
any,
have it. We walked on foot
The
back.
shipping company has it.
Wow. Can you supply? Is there any way to supply such a thing?
I don't know because they already took the last cart and they for the shipment that's on it. That's why we don't have a horse or cart.
The people that you're working with, could you arrange to get such a thing? All we need is actually the horses. If we can get 2 horses, maybe even to ride us out there, it'd be pretty good.
Why is everybody trying to sacrifice animals?
These aren't being sacrificed, dear. We are going to keep the horses perfectly safe.
Uh-huh.
We are going to bait the creature to shore. We are going to hook the monster with some kind of meat hook
Like a
tied to
harpoon.
the horses, and then we're going to whip the horses to rip this creature from the water so we can actually fight it.
I wonder if I could get a harpoon from those pirates upstairs. But no, I already bothered them today. They'll probably shoot me in the face again. Okay.
They've shot you in the face before.
See the scar?
That's dust.
No, there's a scar here. It's a scratch scar.
Make a medicine check.
Oh, it's a scar.
Oh, it's most definitely a scar. And what's your medicine check?
My phone's over there. It's probably going to be 18, though, with straight intelligence.
Yeah,
It's wisdom.
it's a scar that's been there for a long time. It's long healed.
Oh.
Definitely, it's been healed longer than the last 3 months, and this place didn't exist until at max 3 months ago.
But not these particular ones, correct?
No, these
Then why are you dilly-dallying? Let's go up there and ask for
because
harpoons.
they kept no. If
I'll
we-
be going up there and asking for
You
harpoons.
can't go upstairs. They're resting.
I'm going to go upstairs.
They're going to point a gun into your face.
You go upstairs. There's about 25 different rooms in
Don't
there.
listen.
Okay.
Each
Should've asked
one
them.
numbered.
Walking down. See, any of you catch the room that they're sleeping in?
I am not going to put you in that jeopardy, man.
What number is it?
Not very long.
1 to 3?
What over?
103.
Thank you.
I want to see where this is going.
I'm not going to put you in that jeopardy, ma'am. And then Jane 103.
This is a little jealous competition over here.
All right.
Excuse me. But, knock, knock, knock. May I have a moment of your time, sir?
You get no reply.
I heard there was a giant creature killing people, and it was by the water. We need help. We need some assistance to remove them, otherwise it will kill more. Apparently, the crew's already killed a few crabs, but if we don't get this last creature out of the water, none of you will have employment.
peer through the door. Password.
Pretty please?
Pretty please usually comes with a little sugar on top. You can slide that under the door.
2 gold.
You see the shadow of the door disappear as you hear, like, scuffing on the ground, as if they've been dragged away. And the cherry,
When you open the door, you'll definitely behold the cherry.
make a persuasion check.
19.
The door opens up, and there's a young man. He's got a do-rag wrapped around his head. Looks really, really fresh. Like kind of like wet behind the ears, kind of fucking young lad. Maybe 18, 19 years old. Looks like he might have a little elven heritage on him, a little point to his ears. As he opens up the door,
Enchante in Elvish.
oh, the cherry does not disappoint, boys. Well, and he opens the door, and as he opens the door to the room to let you in, you can see several gentlemen of various pirate garb. The one that definitely appears to be the most decorated is a large gentleman, huge black beard. You can see a captain's tri-corner hat sitting on the table next to him. He's got 3 pistols in a breast bandolier. And he's got a saber on one side and a like a stiletto style dagger on the opposite side. Well, the cherry does not disappoint.
I'm a person of my word.
If I knew you were going to be a woman of such distinguished taste, we would have haggled for more than 2 gold. Have a seat.
Go over there. This isn't a place you can't cast spells, right?
Yeah, it's inside the fatting.
Then I'll walk over there. I'll put a handkerchief down on something. I'll sit down.
So what is it that brings a fair young lass like you to a bunch of salty dogs like us?
Oh, you guys aren't dogs. But, on to the point. We need a weapon capable of harpooning and dragging out a monster of creatures that have been dragging people to the depths of the water. Apparently, this has something to do with getting the water flowing.
Got a taste for dead fish?
No. Apparently, it's a creature that lives among the dead fish, capable of tearing a man.
Did Clay send you?
I do know of Clay, but he wasn't the one that specifically sent me. Apparently it was... I'm forced to follow around somebody, and they're getting themselves in some trouble. And they're more than willing to apparently use humans as bait, which has led to a death, apparently. So I would prefer to not throw people to it.
Alright, which of the shipping companies hiring you to kill the big tentacle monster?
Do I know this information?
You actually don't.
I don't know. They must have the contract. I'm merely forced to go along with them.
Alright, well, I tell you what. Get you a harpoon and some line. You got it aboard our vessel. And, we'll call that a rental. I'm expecting it back. Alright?
I'm okay with these terms. Thank you.
The cost of the rental? Oh, let's put that about... What's the cost of a fucking harpoon?
Yeah, actually, just look at equipment. Oh, it might not be in here. We could probably say it's like a spear, right? It'd probably be twice the price of a spear. Or a javelin.
Trident.
Trident would probably be closest.
What?
25 gold pieces for the rest.
That is fair. We'll get on this. We'll return it with the rope.
Very well. That's payment up front, miss. Hand over 25 gold. Well, it is a pleasure doing business with you. It's so nice to see so many fine folk coming into New Fork like yourself. Johnny, take her to the vessel. Get her what she needs.
Your name, sir? Because we might one day have to do business together.
Bard.
Bard, it is nice to meet you. If you need anything, my merchant skill deals in magic stuff, but surprisingly nothing too strong. It's mostly just quaint knickknacks and such. But if you ever need to fill the need for something, we probably set you up with something.
I heard tell that there's certain people down in Lockshire that can get you a cask of grog that never goes empty. Is that true?
I rolled.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
I rolled an 18. It's 21.
You could do that with an alchemist jug. It's probably more expensive than the stories tell because it does a lot more than just alcohol. It can create water, it can create oil, it can create honey, it can create fucking mayonnaise if you wanted to. So it's probably more expensive than somebody just looking for infinite fucking beer is really expecting to fucking pay. But it definitely exists, and you definitely can get it.
That is actually something I can acquire.
Really? Well, I tell you what, miss, you come across one of those, and we might have to do business again.
I'll keep you in my mind, Bard.
Save me a whole lot of time and money.
It's a little bit more expensive than you would like because it does more than what you've asked for. Besides just alcohol, it could give you infinite water, for instance. Which in these parts would go for quite a bit, and I really wish I brought one with me. Which would be probably really good for a person who works the sea, correct?
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. Your name again, miss?
Catalina Fairmore.
Catalina Fairmore. I'm gonna remember that name. You ain't just a pretty face, are you?
I prefer just keeping to a pretty face, though. I'll walk out the door.
As you please, miss. You hear the door slowly shut behind you and feel eyes on your backside. Johnny, the boy that had answered the door with the do-rag on his head, follows you out. Just wait for the rest.
How far is the travel?
Oh, about an hour to the river.
And does it happen to be in the same location? We'll talk to my friends before we head out.
Sure. You're with Clay and his lot, right?
Yeah, I suppose that works.
All right.
I also have to learn the rest of their names. I know one of them, the gentleman's name is Clay. I wonder who that woman's name was. She seems very wild.
The woman's Skinwalker Jane.
The hell kind of name is that?
It's a tribal name, actually.
Yeah, pizza and Taco Bell. Your choice.
Hey, babe. What do you want to eat? The Hawaiian's one of those. It's probably what you want. Yeah, that Carlos did Hawaiian. Letty might have one more box of Taco Bell.
That's I ate 2 of the tacos that go up.
And then there's all the sodas you can drink.
Right?
Yeah, that's our refrigerator. You know, we live in California. Just there's more drinks than food.
Our house is
you're
brand
back
new.
soaked.
Yep, that's my armor.
Yeah.
Always soaked.
Ooh, that feels good.
That's Skinwalker Jane. Best we can tell is she's from the tribes out to the east. They were with a imperial fella, but he splash. And
Feels good. Thank you.
It does feel nice.
And then the half orc that's with him, apparently he's got some juju about him.
That's true, you
Working
can
with
have-
the mage guild from Lockshire.
You've already
Forget-
had potion.
Give me whatever passes for us.
Do
Since
you like pepperoni and mushrooms?
Okay.
I thought Taco Bell was your favorite.
Deception? No, that's not. That's the opposite.
No, what's
Could
the
be
system?
insight then.
Yeah, insight.
It's like,
14 natural.
14.
I have no bonus to that one.
This kid has way too much information. Like, he knows everybody in the party that you just met, where they're from, what they're doing. It just strikes you as suspicious that a pirate that hasn't been seen or talked about seems to be a lackey of this Bert guy. He's way too knowledgeable.
I'll roll a gold coin around my head. Could you tell me a little bit more about them?
Takes a quick look around. Make it you, you can ask whatever you want.
This was merely the first one. For each one that works, I'll keep asking. And I'll keep giving.
I like these. And as he takes it, the coin vanishes in his grasp as if he's very adept at the use of silence.
I won't ask you anything about your boss, but I could assume that he is a good trustworthy man.
As trustworthy as any pirate comes.
Excellent news, actually. So watch my back and backside. But as long as I'm facing them, should be up and up.
That'd be fair business, as long as you're doing fair business and no one's outbid you, of course.
Well, good thing I usually bid high.
It helps.
The gentleman Clay. Anything you know about him?
That's going to be another good business. Gentleman Clay, Gentleman Clay. Actually, there's some Lana posters for him. Saw him on the way into town.
What about?
Murder. Apparently, he killed the woman.
Killed a what?
Killed a woman. Innocent, young farm girl lass. Named Mary Sue Good. She apparently has some bounty posters up for him every day now.
The rest of the party know that the posters exist?
As far as I know, me and you don't know that.
Skinwalker J.
Skinwalker Jane's a mystery. Don't know much about her. That's because she just wandered into town. Best we can tell, they sent her to investigate the scar on the land type thing, right? She's shown some signs of druidic magic, and as a result, the tribes in the mountains are probably curious about the effects of the star. Her dad don't know much about her. She doesn't talk much, and when she does, it doesn't make too much sense.
Fair enough. And the one I'm most interested in, Vane.
That's gonna be too.
Probably pretty close to birth right
If you took the noble background, you started with 50, so yeah, you're pretty close to broke. Ving, well, what's commonly known as that Ving's a mason, right? And as his paperwork will attest to much, I'm not going to charge you too much for that. But what I am going to charge you too much for is what most people don't know about masons. Red Star got the name behind it.
now. How?
That's going to be more gold. A lot more.
Well, in the future, I'll have to ask. You find anything else that seems as interesting as such? I'll definitely pay you a visit, or you can pay me a visit. What can I ask?
Information's my business.
And your name, sir?
Johnny,
Johnny? It's nice to meet you,
the
Johnny.
name, unlike most about me, is real.
Well, it's good to know somebody in the know.
It's good to know somebody that can pay for it. And he leads you downstairs.
I'm in my room. We were in our room.
Yeah, but he's taking her to go get the
Okay.
rope. So, essentially, he's just going to lead you out to the river, where you can see. It's not like a giant pirate ship or anything. It's a river, right? But it's the skiff they use to get from their ship to here. Essentially, it does have what looks like a set of 8 oars on either side of it, and it's essentially like a lawn skiff, where they're able to row upstream. And so he takes you to the skiff,
I'll
and
be keeping my armor and shield, and I will also cast the spell on him to keep him cool for the duration of the walk.
you are more than just a pretty face. You're handy to keep around, miss. And he'll get you out to the skiff. You can see they do have a couple of their men essentially manning the ship, keeping guard on it, type of thing. And he goes in there, grabs a harpoon, grabs a line. They load it up to a horse and get a horse for you as well to ride back into town.
Thank you. It's quite the walk.
It is quite the walk, but we don't want to keep the horses in town because, well, the less people know you have, the better.
I'll stop short of town and walk the rest of the way.
And he'll do the same. And he'll actually, you paid for the service, so he carries the harpoon and the rope into town for you, carries it into the Fat Angel, and leans it up against the wall. As you were, ma'am. And he goes back upstairs.
I'll walk.
As he's going back upstairs, you see Cookie kind of motion to talk to him, and he's like, not now. And just goes upstairs.
See harpoon and
So yeah, from downstairs, and at this point your rest would be over. So when you come downstairs to meet up with the rest of your party,
Is my exhaustion still there?
no.
The harpoon rental is 30 gold. I will need that recompensated.
Insight.
Make a deception check. Make an insight check.
That's a 19.
Yeah,
20 then.
yeah.
20 gold?
It was 30 gold.
Okay.
Seems all up and up. No reason to lie. And
Really weird. Oh, I think it was a 10. Nope, it was a 10.
what was it, 10? So
Yeah, it was the lighting.
So what did you get extra?
12.
12? Okay. It's a short statement, so there's not much you can get out of it other than the fact that it would be an easy lie if you wanted to.
I'll just hand him 25 gold.
Okay.
Trust me, it was worth the extra 5 gold for the information
Yes,
I
I
picked
know,
up.
but money's short. Until we get paid.
This is from the people who order this thing. You can get the money from them. So just make sure that they compensate for
We
the last
don't know
5.
that about that.
Ving puts his hand on the 25 gold you put on the table in front of her and slides it back. In all fairness, any business dealings that we're going to be doing as a group need to be discussed beforehand. Any business dealings that we do outside of the group independently are our own independent business, and as a result, the cost is yours, not yours. Next time you want to share that cost, you can bring that information to us beforehand. We'll talk about the pros and cons on whether or not we want to pay that expense, because right now 30 gold is actually the entire cost of the job. So we would be risking life and limb for absolutely nothing at this point. And if you would have seen the eyes pop out of this man's fucking skull, you would know that you want to get paid for it as well. So
Wasn't it 30 gold per person?
It's 30 gold per person, yes, but we're all independent units right now. We've all independently taken the job. We did not take the job as a group. We've all decided to go independently. You are going to be going independently as well. Now, we know that we have an arrangement where you have to go with me regardless, but they don't know that, which means you're also going to be paid 30 gold by the Lockshire Lanes shipping company, which will compensate the cost that you have. Now, in interest of fairness, and so that all lanes are up and up, here's 15 gold. You and I will split the cost of this one.
But it was also very easy for any of you to accompany me and go with what my plan is.
It is. And next time, I'm sure you'll invite us.
In order to keep the peace among this whole weird gold thing, would you like mine? I have little use of it.
Just keep
Just
it
a
James
share
for
would
now.
be fine.
You get 30 then.
A split cost. I don't need the 30s. I understand that a person from the culture that you're from seems to not care for it, but you might need to use it.
Yeah.
Jane, that's a very generous offer. So this is what we do. I take 5 of mine back. You take 20 of yours back, and we just split the cost. 10 gold
Why did the
each.
Bugs Bunny thing just happen? 1 for you, 2 for me, 3
I
for
can
you.
pitch in 10.
So what did I get?
So you donated 10 gold towards the rental. That's our payment.
Alright.
He has donated 10 gold, and at this point, she's been compensated the 20 gold.
She said she'll pay.
And then you're throwing in 10 too. So you throw in 10 too, and you actually come up 5 gold when it's all said and done.
I'll give him 5.
Already took 30.
Wait, my 30?
No.
Because otherwise I gotta erase it. Because
No, you ended up putting, so everybody
5,
put 10 on.
10? Okay.
10 4 ways means that he got 40 fucking gold for something he paid.
Everything seems appropriate to me.
Yeah.
As a merchant, I understand this.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
forget to
aren't you?
subtract the gold you
Yes,
gave
kind of.
Johnny B. Real.
Johnny Muriel. You just gave him his pirate name.
Oh, boy, I would have gone with Johnny B. Good.
Nah, I like Johnny B. Real. Because he's not.
Okay, for the information too. So I'm down 2 gold.
Okay.
You paid for information and 5 questions.
Okay, so
Which you paid a gold for the first 4 questions and 2 gold for the final question.
Plus 2 gold sliding underneath.
Plus
I
2 gold.
already had that part. So it was
So it's 5,
4 gold.
6, 7, 8, 9, 11 gold you spent on Johnny B. Real.
that works.
Which translates to... Wait, everything's expensive in this town, isn't it?
Everything's super expensive in this town because supplies don't come in often, and the demand is very, very high. Which is why you just paid, well, why she just paid 25 gold to rent a fucking harpoon that costs 5 gold.
Because they won't be able to get a replacement.
Exactly.
So, I feel kind of rested. How about you, Jane? How
I
you
never
feeling?
took damage. I'm still mentally damaged from seeing his eyeballs pop out. Aside from that, I'm good. Would you say that's the first time I saw that creature?
An
Or just the
octopus?
tentacles?
Yeah, it is definitely the first time you saw it.
So
So
did
you're
you-
from the mountains, you've never seen
Okay,
a saltwater.
did I see the whole body or just...
No, you just saw a tentacle with that.
But I've seen the horses. I saw the yeah, I've seen the horses. Because you're actually right. At second level, I do get the shapeshift into something I've seen.
Scorpion. Oh, I know you didn't see the scorpion.
I did not see a scorpion. Nor will I transfer to something that's tiny.
But you pretty sure you see the scorpion. Traveling with us. Or traveling
Yeah,
with
but there's
us.
additional rules to it. It has to be under a certain cigar.
Yeah, I know.
And then, like, he's right, like, you can't be a tiny creature. You can't be a large creature yet.
Hey, the skinwalkers are supposed to be
Yeah,
tiny
right.
creatures, but this is D&D.
You just use the tail for the tentacle.
Oh man, you guys should have told me. I could have bought
Jan?
rubber little tentacle things and put them on them. Oh, by the way, thank you very much for the medium stands. They did come in handy.
Jen,
Yes.
Ben.
So when are you guys ready to go?
As soon as we're ready to go, I just want to let you both know I'm glad you're part of my team.
Looking at her very weird, but okay.
Nod
We've been-
stoically.
Good friends for 3 weeks now. Let's keep it that
Maybe
way.
drinking buddies.
Thanks, Jen.
That was. He gets up, grabs his equipment.
Remind me, like, saying a little prayer to you guys before we leave.
Well, I'm gonna roll to see if she's lying about that comment.
There's no need for a roll. You get, well, I guess. Give me an insight check.
No. Probably truthful. It was only a 2. Yeah, 2.
Seems genuine, if not awkward.
May Paylor be with us. Get this son of a bitch.
Shit.
Shen. Ready? Team?
I'm
And-
I guess we do this now.
You're.
See you all when you're ready.
And
Hey,
go.
we know how to get rid of her.
Seems to have worked, yes.
Yes.
Who were catching a ritual?
Right. By the way, if you're a praying man, you can tell Taylor to turn down the temperature a little
You
bit.
hear that, Paylor? No? Okay.
There's other ways to speak to him without yelling at him. The praise me.
Hallelujah.
I'll be downstairs enjoying a drink.
I'm not crazy.
So they're ready to go. I'll enjoy a drink and watch more games.
They, I'm assuming, grab their gear and
Yeah,
head
gather
out.
gear, man.
Yeah.
God, this
Before
dust.
you can even get your drink served to you, they're downstairs with their gear.
Guess I'll take it to go.
You put it in a cup. In a sippy cup.
She pours it into a shot glass, drink it fast. No to-go cups.
Put it in a flask.
Cookie, Manna. Mind filling our water jugs for us? We're doing a long trip trying to fill that sucker to free your land of dead fish.
And we appreciate that. And
It's
I've got no
Cost.
problem filling your flasks.
not my water.
We got no problem filling your water skins. It's going to be 2 gold a skin.
2 plus 6.
2, 4, 6. John's 8.
Yes, 8 more.
Okay, you guys all get topped off on your water. At this point, we've gotten into late afternoon, early evening. The temperature's starting to break outside. It's still very, very hot and very, very dry, which is almost a thankful thing, especially being this close to the river. It does get much more humid at night. But this part of twilight time where dusk is starting to set in, you still have the dryness from the day and a slight break in the temperature, but it's still very, very impressive outside.
For the harpoon, you're probably going to be the one to throw it, seeing as one's a mage and 2 of us are
I'm
ladies.
pretty weak.
Oh, you can manage.
I have
Throws it
no.
on him.
What is it? What's
Make an
going on?
athletics check.
Oh crap! It's 0.
You still have a horse with you?
It's 10.
10. You catch it. Hits you in the chest a little bit.
Oh.
It hurts.
Oh, be a man walking up.
Don't be rude, madam.
Alright. You guys head back off to the river. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw for your walk out to the river.
If I change into a horse, would that alleviate some of the time?
You can't change into a horse because it's a large creature. I think.
Yes, it's a large beast.
What are the rules on your wild shape at level 2?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I mean, you can turn into a
So
bear.
it's a CR 1/4.
Oh, if he's oh no, he's
You
not.
can
He can't.
turn into anything that's half your level, so or
I don't think you'd be able to get the good spells until he's level 3.
2.
Druid.
With additional, here we go.
Wild shape. Okay, second level. Max CR is 1/4. No flying, no swimming.
Draft horse.
I can turn into a riding horse then.
Yeah,
The
you
riding
can
horse
turn
is
into a
1/4.
draft horse.
Okay, then yeah. You shift into a horse. Unfortunately, your pony's too large for you guys to speed up.
You what?
No, but I could put the harpoon on him.
Your party's too
Sure.
large for you guys to speed
Oh.
up because you can only carry one of them,
Okay.
right? And the other two would be left behind.
I
But it
guess
would
I-
save you from having to make the endurance check after only an hour. You know, a horse would be fine in an hour.
Would you mind if you carried me and a little harpoon? I mean, the ladies got to stick together, correct? I knew you'd agree.
That was not agreement.
As she goes to mount you, what would you like to do?
Well, I haven't even changed yet. I was just a suggestion.
Well then,
Oh,
not waste
okay.
everyone's
You know,
time.
to carry the equipment and you guys don't be burdened, so I can carry the equipment. I can do this for about an hour.
That's good by us.
You can do that for more than an hour. You can do that for as long as
Actually,
you
it
want.
says 1 hour.
I'll have
1 hour per change.
1 hour.
Oh,
the
that's
first
as long
creature.
as that's how
So
far
long
we're
as I've
going.
seen the creature more than once. Yeah, I think I've seen horses more than
Yeah.
once. They're also 1/4. So I'm going to alleviate the equipment. I'll carry the equipment. What's the other horse carrier?
You guys don't have
We
any
don't
of
have a
those.
horse.
Okay, then I'm the only one.
You're the only one.
All right, so I'm carrying the equipment, and what she's gonna do is she's gonna slowly just peel off her tribal thing, and I'm sorry, it's a skin, and as she skins, she just starts to convulse, and she does it very just pop.
Walking back.
Yeah, it's just a mound of flesh, and then it takes the shape of a horse. And
That's disgusting.
It's pretty gross. And as her body shakes, and you can actually hear the bones and ligaments snapping in her joints as they reform, she drops to the ground on hands and knees. You can hear her wrist break backwards, her knees popping out of socket, and as she sits there just grimacing in horrible, horrible pain, she rises up as a gorgeous black stallion.
she's a white horse with dark hair.
White horse with black hair that mimics the war paint that she has as a human.
I knew you can turn into a beast.
That's the non-creepy version. When it's an herbivore, it's a non-creepy. When it's a predator, it becomes actually
So
more.
I start putting shit on her.
So, do I have the strength of a horse too? Everything?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
All your physical attributes are that of a horse, but your mind is yours.
okay, cool. So, how much equipment?
In that regards, it's infinitely better than polymorph.
I
The
just want her
polymorph
to
spell
do.
changes you into that creature, your mind and everything, right? But as a druid, your wild shape, all your physical stats change to the animal, but all your mental and charisma
Cool.
stats stay
So, how
yourself.
much equipment are they putting on me?
Hundreds and hundreds of pounds, like all the equipment of the party.
Can I carry that without any effort?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a fucking horse.
Well,
Alright, so we
Yeah.
we walk on
Exactly.
for
That
an hour.
it's not like the party's fucking like carrying fucking a fucking city with them. It's fucking traveling gear. You know, they've got bedrolls, they've got a backpack, and now a fucking harpoon. Fucking, you got no problem carrying that for 4 people as long as you're not carrying any riders. Yeah.
So, we can carry this without the endurance check, or is it?
Yeah, you'll alleviate the party from the endurance check.
Gotcha.
On this.
That's the whole point.
Thank
So
you.
they don't have to carry any of their gear.
And she's packed up enough.
Thank you, Jen. Pat, pat, just softly, not hurt.
It
As
also
And
makes
then-
us much quicker in combat, right? We don't have to drop our gear and fight them, so it's great. you guys make your way out to the river. You're not beaten or accosted on your way out, but go ahead and give me perception checks.
Force 2.
Yes.
$16.
9.
20. 21.
21. You guys are headed out towards the river, and the sun's just about to drop below the horizon. And with what little light's left, you can see on the ridgeline on the opposite end of the river that you're approaching, you can see those same riders that you saw before. I was watching the south end. It looks like they're still there doing the same thing they were doing before. They're watching the south end. You catch a glimpse of them, but they're too far away to make any other detail that you know about.
Be careful of those riders down there, okay? They're both wanted men.
So I should be careful of wanted men, you said.
Yes.
Noted.
I can possibly cast light upon our bait as well to increase.
Did you guys happen to buy bait?
No,
I mean, baby, it's never gonna snow.
we have our bait here. She can do it.
Your bait stops. It looks at you.
I made
Don't
the
get too
suggestion of
close.
buying it, but you guys seem pretty
Again, we
against
already
it.
told you we don't have the funds to keep purchasing stuff like that. We have to use what's in our surroundings.
It's so
like
weird
crab.
being out here in the boonies with nobody with money.
And as you say that and look around, your perception checks from before still astounding. The crabs have been taken from you.
Okay. So it means that the scavenger is still out in the river taking the crabs.
Where's that guy? That here? What's his name?
He's back that way.
His name is Theron.
There. Is he still around? Is
No, it looks like they've gone back to town.
It's just us.
Yeah, they're just waiting for you to bring back proof that shit ain't out there. Alright. They weren't going to sit out here all day in the fucking heat and not get any work done. They all went back home.
Because we're tying the harpoon to you, you throw it. We just need something to bait the creature to land. And,
You go dancing light or something.
I don't have dancing light, but I could possibly throw a lighted pebble.
Ooh.
I'll
into the
create an
river.
unseen serpent. I'll place something over it so that it's not damaged. I'll be within 60 feet of it so it isn't hurted. I'll have it
There's a
make
sack.
noise.
You can put the sack over your unseen servant, I guess whatever that is. I will cast light on the sack, and you can just.
This pointless. The fact that the sack is plenty.
But it's dark, and there needs to be light on the sack for it to see.
It can make noise. That should be fine. The fact that you can see the sack
Light
moving.
is a cantrip. I can just cast it at will.
You're free too, but I just don't
Okay.
see the complete point. It'll be good to have light though. Hold the harpoon, get ready to stab it.
And you turn into a bamboo and throw it.
What?
A monkey.
What's a monkey?
You live in the forest. You don't know what a monkey is?
I don't know if there is a monkey in this forest. Are there monkeys?
That's not from the forest.
See?
They are. Devils, whatever.
Huge difference. Like continental difference.
No, it's in South Carolina.
Wondering if it'd be used that way. See if they're serving.
I was just brushing myself up on the rules on how it works.
String and wolf to cost it. It lasts for an hour. And it has 1 HP, 2 strength. It can do more or less anything a servant can do.
Okay, so you call upon your unseen servant, whose name is?
Reginald.
You summon Reginald.
I name them all differently too. I never remember their names. Just like the normal servants.
No, it's always the same one. It's always, you might never remember their names, but it's always the same unseen servant.
Did not know that.
Yeah. It's just flavor. But yeah, I like the idea that it's always the same one. And I can make
Reginald, come to me.
while you don't see him, you know he's there and you know exactly where he is.
Stand in front of me. Put this on.
The sack disappears, or doesn't disappear, but is pulled away from Catalina's hands
You
by
showed it to Cat.
by an invisible force. Literally, it looks like she's cantripping the bag away from herself, like using a mage hand spell. But you can see it gripped by two unseen hands, and it flips upside down and drops and creates kind of like an old scarecrow version of a Ku Klux Klan member. as this burlap sack drops over it, it has the point of the corner of the sack at the top of its unseen head. You can see the form of head and shoulders, and it drops, and then there's just nothing underneath. It's just floating there.
Now it's light.
And
White
you're casting
light.
light on
The sack.
the sack? Okay. And then the sack just beams with fucking light in all directions. And it literally gives like this splintering like effect to it as the light's shining in and through the burlap, right? So it just gives it this like checker pattern light that flies out in all directions. Oddly enough, making it probably a more effective lure, giving it kind of like, as it gives it almost like a disco ball effect to the ground around it.
Good plan. Good
Now
plan.
dance.
And the bag begins to move slightly, but not as much as you would think for dancing. And at that point, you realize that he's river dancing.
Hold on. Do we want disco or river dance? Huh? No. It's
So it's just slightly bobbing up and down.
Stay as a horse. Tie the rope to the horse. I'll assist you with throwing that harpoon if you need help.
Are you telling Reginald to tie the rope to the horse?
No. We're going to tie the horse.
Okay.
I'm just having him do it.
So
because
you go ahead
I don't want to
and,
get my
and
hands
tie
any bigger.
the rope to Skinwalker Jane. Give me an animal handling check.
Animal
You
handling?
do it.
Well, I mean, you're the one that I had
You
tied.
told me to throw the harpoon.
Yeah, but I'm going to help you do that when it starts. Right now, we're not throwing the harpoon. Right now, we're tying the thing, and I asked you to do that. And then you're going to
Oh,
hold
I
the
thought
harpoon.
you asked Reginald to tie the rope.
No. Reginald is dancing.
Reginald's dancing.
That's
so
Reginald's.
confused.
That's
Whoever's tying the rope to Jane
You're the one.
needs to make an animal handling check.
Jane,
I can't help you.
I'm tying the rope on you.
It's not to calm Jane down. Jane knows what's going on. It's to put the rope on a horse in a way that's not going to injure the horse when it gets pulled.
Don't move.
You're going to
And
make
can I
a
use
kind of a
my
harness.
my proficiency on it because I know how to handle horses?
For your teamstering skill, your
My
land
vehicle
driver.
land,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll give you your proficiency on that for sure. Good call.
The whole reason why I was having him do it. Even though I didn't. Even though
So
it
the
was
bag's
knowledge.
river
19, no problem. You form like a good sturdy harness around her, and make sure that it's not when the rope cinches down, it's not going to cut her fucking head off or anything like that. Which is a definite possibility on a botch check because let's not forget I'm the DM and I kill people.
They're here.
But yeah, you build a really good sturdy harness for her and tie the other end off to the harpoon.
Now, we just need you to keep fighting against the thing and hopefully drag it out of the water. But if you can't, as long as you can keep it ashore, we can do the rest.
You know you're gonna lose a druid, right? Because I'm only gonna be pulling this.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all we need you for, currently. To make
You're
sure
not
that
trying
thing
to
stays
fight
out of the
it,
water.
Jane.
We don't want it getting away, and if it goes underwater, it gets away.
Can I talk in druid form or no?
No.
It's not in your wild
You
shape.
can nod and stuff like that.
You can whinny. You can clop your feet on the ground. You can communicate in whatever way a horse has available to it.
Sign language with just one
Alright.
hoof.
3 hoof stomps. If only we had decided what that meant beforehand.
Nod your head yes and shake your head no.
Just pretending that she understands, and I'm replying to her as if I understand what you're saying.
Like you do with like the cats at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to pull the giant octopus out of the river for us? Of course you do. Of course you do.
Probably exactly how I'm saying it.
Alright.
And surprisingly not patronizing. Just weird.
Alright.
Me and you grab the harpoon. Would you ready some spells for when it comes out?
As he parts his hands, this trail of fire licks between both of them. Always ready.
Neat.
Seriously thought you were talking to Reginald? He's like, you can't cast
Reginald,
spells.
Keep dancing.
dance to the river. Stop about
Can
15
you, like,
15 feet short of it. We'll follow.
Can you like
Do
walk?
you want to set up a scene
Do a
or not?
little pacey back
Well,
and
we're at the
forth?
same spot in the river,
Yep.
so this scene actually works.
So we're going to use this as an octopus, and
Let me grab the unseen servant since we have a model for it.
yes, we do.
We have an unseen servant model?
Yes, we do.
The shit's unseen.
Got a bag, motherfucker. We need to put a bag over it.
That is cool. That is an unseen servant. If only we had an LED for the light spell. Alright, so you're sitting him about 15 feet to the shore, river dancing with a burlap sack with light cast on it.
The perfect plan.
Where's Clay at?
I don't know.
Go ahead and place on the board wherever you want to be. You guys are approaching the situation.
Where am I at?
For once,
we don't
it's
know
not
your
me
characters.
jumping you, so...
Oh yeah, you were painting my character, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah,
Okay.
in the shop. Let me go grab it.
We do have an unseen servant. I forgot about that guy.
Alright. Yeah. Basic stats like Constitution, Strength, and Dexterity are going to be
I'm already
the
on
animals.
horse, so.
I'm just saying. Those are the what's going to be the horses. Charisma, Intelligence, and Wisdom are going to be for yours. So whatever the horse stats are those 3 are replaced by yours, but the Dex, Strength, and Constitution are always going to be the horses.
So Vane's going on 19.
And so are the HPs.
So,
Clay's on 12.
16 for me. You can just write down cat. Okay.
16 for Cat. James on 9. Alright, so as you get your unseen servant to go out there and essentially be a lure for this creature, give me a...
See, 5, 10, 15, 20. That should be enough, right?
I'll give you your choice. You make either a knowledge nature check, or you can make a an animal handling check to try to lure the creature by your unseen servant.
13.
Okay.
Make
So
aggressive movements.
Splash around.
shouldn't he smell?
It smells like a bag.
the bottom of the bag lifts up abruptly on both sides, casting light in both directions, and starts swinging and thrashing around. And it's out there dancing probably for about 10 minutes as it's thrashing around. How long does Unseen Servant last?
An hour.
An hour? Okay. So it's been about 10 minutes, and just as you're thinking, maybe we should move spots, a tentacle whips out of the fucking water and attacks your Unseen Servant.
Does he get an AC and everything?
It's gonna fucking die. That's
It
what's gonna
does.
happen.
He has an AC, he has fucking one fucking hit point.
Reginald's gonna hate you.
It's not a real creature. I think.
Lawrence is gonna
No,
give
the
us
spell
personal
creates the creature, so it's not a true
Everything
creature.
with a name is real.
There's no name.
It has a 10 AC.
Yeah.
It has a 10 AC.
It knows what it's for.
You knew what this was. Alright, where's my giant octopus at?
Hey, I created it and I can unmake it. Literally.
That's pretty cool. I didn't see the unseen servant in the box.
Unseen Servant is fucking dope, dude.
No, I just didn't know I bought
Oh,
it
you
with the
didn't
box.
see the unseen servant? Then it's doing its job.
Yeah, it's doing its fucking job, dude.
You weren't supposed to see it.
Why is it called Invincible if I can see it? That's a World of Warcraft.
They know.
Okay.
You know the scariest
So it
thing
has
about
an
this?
AC of 10?
Yeah.
Alright. This tentacle fucking whips out fucking at Reginald, and fucking, as Reginald's bag is sitting there and swinging, it literally just, suddenly the bag lurches backwards as the tentacle's coming, and you see the bag deflect the tentacle away from it. On Vane's turn.
Impressive.
Octopus rolled a 2 to hit, man. What are you gonna do? Vane's gonna shoot his cantrip at it. And he is going to get.
Oh, you want me to roll stuff?
What's the sensei suit? Yeah, he's gonna hit it. Go ahead and roll damage for Vane. It's a D10 for the fireball cantrip.
6.
6 points of damage to the creature. Alright, that was Vane's turn. Cat, you're up. As the creature emerged, we're actually just going to use the cactus.
Because it has several tentacles.
As the creature, the bulbous form of the creature begins to breach the water, about 5 feet away from the shore.
My main action is actually assisting them, but I'm having Reginald pretend like it's scared, moving this way.
Okay, commanding a Reginald is a bonus action, I believe, according to the spell. So just know that whatever you're going to do with him is going to use up your bonus action.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So having it move,
Thank you, Grumps.
just
I remember I had.
having it take a defensive position,
Okay.
defend itself.
All right, you see the sack of light form into like a defensive martial arts stance.
It's a ghost of shed.
Does it gain advantage when it's going to be attacked? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, dude, he's already a fucking beast, man. He lived through what Shin didn't.
Hard.
It's a fucking gangster unseen servant, man.
Is that
All right, that was your bonus action. What else are you doing?
Holding action. I'm assisting.
You're going to hold
throwing
action
the
to
harpoon.
assist her to throw the harpoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Clay,
Throwing the harpoon.
throwing the harpoon. Go ahead and make an attack roll at disadvantage, as this is not a weapon you are familiar with.
Would it be
Oh,
counted out?
counteracted by the advantage from the assist. Yes, so it's a straight roll. You, however, you're a fighter, right?
Yes.
So you will get to add your proficiency because you're proficient in all weapons.
So advantage then?
No.
Still a harpoon is still awkward.
It's still
meant to be.
it's a sea weapon and it's large. It's meant to actually be fucking fired rather than thrown.
Let's see.
Is that the right
It's my
model for it?
strength bonus, right?
Yes.
Dex or strength. It could be
Dex or
either.
strength?
It's a strength. It is definitely not a finesse weapon. It is a strength weapon.
I'm going to spend my inspiration to reroll that die.
Okay. Burn that inspiration. Roll again.
17. No, it's 17.
Damn.
19.
19. 19 is a definite hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Damage on this is going to be a D12, and you're going to double your strength modifier.
None,
I
right?
don't have strength.
Double it.
Then double your nothing. Roll your D12.
7.
7. Okay, so you do 7 points of damage to the creature, and
I'm going to spend an action surge to do another action.
okay.
Crossbow.
All right, so you burn your action surge, whip out a crossbow, and fire. Go ahead and take your shot.
16.
Hits. So she grabs the harpoon with Cat, and they both lift it up and hoist this thing at the creature. It strikes true into the mass of the creature, whipping out a crossbow shortly thereafter, firing and getting what for damage?
10 points of damage.
shooting the creature in a large bulbous mass on its face that you can only assume is its eye.
And then backing up about 10.
And using your movement to back up 10 feet. Alright. That
Jane,
was
pull
on
it out.
Clay's turn.
Okay.
Jane, you're going to be making, I'm assuming you're pulling the creature out. You're going to be making a contested athletics check. You're using the horse's strength instead of your own.
Good, because I don't have it.
Woohoo! That's a natural 19.
22?
22. This thing's fucking strong. This thing's really fucking strong and it rolled a natural. However, it did not beat you by 5 or more. So at this point, you guys are at a stalemate.
Which is perfect.
As the line grows taut, you can feel the harpoon hook into the creature. So you've got it hooked and grappled at this point, essentially. You're essentially using a ranged grapple line, right? But you cannot get the creature to budge as it's pulling against you, and for a moment, your hooves dig into the red sand as you kind of falter a little bit, not expecting the strength of this creature. You get pulled closer to the surface of the water and start pushing your way back, and you're just at this stalemate tug of war right now.
Straight this way.
Vane. Vane hits. Go ahead and roll damage for Vane.
Same thing?
Yep. Until he's here to play his character, I'm just going to chuck cantrips with him. Alright. He also hits the creature with another bolt of fiery energy. Cat.
I'll be using my action surge. I'll be shooting 2 Eldritch Blasts at it. They
And
both
why are you rolling
suck.
with advantage? Oh, it's 2 attacks.
Yeah. But...
Wait, where did you get Eldritch Blast from? Is that from your feet?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, cool.
The higher of the roll is 14.
14 hits?
The lower one is 9.
Does not hit. So as you fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts,
8 points of damage.
you took it as a feat, but an Eldritch Blast would still come from the source of at least the idea of a patron. So, Fey, demonic, angelic.
Mine's from a warlock, though. Oh.
No, like the shape, like
Yeah,
flavor.
warlocks get their powers from a higher being. So, what kind of higher being would fit your character?
Probably a fae.
Fey?
Probably some
Okay.
spirits in general.
So, as you fire off 2 blasts of glittering greenish energy into the water, one strikes near and the other strikes true, doing how much damage?
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage to the giant octopus. Alright. And as you blast into it, it blows clear out the other side of it, and you can see the water explode behind it, and dead fish and shit goes flying up in the fucking air. It's all fucked off. The creature looks like you guys fucking put the hurt on it. That was on Cat's turn. Clay.
Okay, so again, I'm going to shoot a crossbow at the fucker. Nope. So that was only 8. I could actually, if either weapon has a thrown property, you can throw the weapon instead of making a melee attack with it. So as my bonus action, I can throw my dagger at it,
Yes.
which I will. 19 on the die.
Hits.
So I just add my damage. 1.
1 damage.
But
Alright.
dexterity bonus?
No, I don't add any modifier to it because it's
Bonus action.
It's a
bonus
bonus
action.
attack.
And you don't have 2 weapons. Got it.
Alright, cool. Missing with the crossbow, frustrated, you pull out a dagger and fling it, scratch it in the creature's hide. It does dig into the creature and then, bounces off into the water.
And I move back, and since I have Jane on the rope, tied to my waist, I'm going to kind of like fall back and just kind of like lean back, kind of like dangling.
Okay, I missed the part where you tied yourself to her, but we'll just go ahead and let it go. So essentially what that's going to do is allow you to, had you have saved your action, assist Jane.
Right.
As it stands right now, it's going to get you another 5 feet back as you pull the rope taut. Alright, and that was Clay's turn. So before Jane's turn, the octopus is going to go. Rolls a natural 20 on your unseen sword.
I'm pretty sure that's not making it.
Yeah, as the light and fucking
Reginald!
as
the burlap
Reginald
sack?
fucking explodes and the burlap sack gets snatched out of the fucking air as if there was never any form in it before and gets splashed into the fucking water.
I was gonna say, it doesn't
And oddly enough, through the holes in the fucking creature, light starts to peek out. And then it is also going to make a grapple check against you, Jen, as it tries to pull back into the water.
Oh.
What'd you get?
8.
8? 8. As it tries to escape, you're both at a stalemate still. As the rope is just pulled taut, since you both rolled so close to each other on 2 actions in a row, at this point you can actually hear the sound of the rope beginning to become so strained that it might snap. Jane, your turn.
Oh, that was my turn. Pulling.
No, that was the grapple check against you. Now you can choose to do the same against it.
I'm pulling it out of the water then?
Yep. Grapple check.
Ooh. 17.
Alright. As you go to pull against it, it actually beat you by 5. Which is going to... It's still slowed from the pressure against it. So I'm going to say it moves at half its normal swim speed in an attempt to get away. At this point, it completely submerges itself in the water. And pulls Jane into the water with it. Horsehead still exposed. Oh, and yanks Clay. Clay, not being a fucking horse, needs to give me a acrobatics check to avoid drag damage. What?
I take some damage, I think. 3.
3?
Whoa.
Alright, so you got dragged 30 feet. So we're going to say every 10 feet in addition to the first 10 is a d6 of damage. So that's 2d6 damage as you're going to get 6 points total damage as you try to hold on and fight with Jane and just boom, hit the red sand and get dragged into the water as the creature attempts to jet away.
Probably going to need to roll concentration to keep that light spell, which is actually in play because it gives us an idea where the creature is.
It is. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
18 on the die.
Yes. So you still have your light spell active.
Because that helps a lot.
It does. So that was on Jane's turn. Bane gets to make a perception check. And he can still see the creature, so he fires off a cantrip. He's going to hit. Want to roll damage for him?
5.
5 points of damage. As a bolt of fire strikes into the water and you just hear this sizzle and see steam instantly come up off of the water. You can tell that he's hit the creature, and now that you literally have a tracer going straight to it, no one else will need to make a perception check. You can see the light coming through the water from the burlap sack that the creature ate.
Rolling for another Eldritch Blast. It will hit with a 18
Yes, that will hit.
for 4 points of damage.
For 4 points of damage. Alright. Clay.
I stand up.
Okay, you stand up, get back up on your feet, that's half your move.
I get my pistol, or not my pistol, my crossbow bolt out. Thingy.
Okay.
I'm shooting it.
You load your crossbow, go for another shot.
17.
17 is a hit.
Max damage again. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8, 9, 10.
10? Okay. As Clay scrambles to get back up to his feet right at the river's edge and digs his heels in, trying to stop himself from getting yanked into the murky, nasty fish mess that is right in front of him. The smell assaulting his nostrils in a final act of desperation. Quickly knocks a bolt into his crossbow, fires the crossbow into the creature, at which point you need to make a dexterity saving throw as all tension from the rope is lost and you guys explode outward, yanking the creature with you.
You know what makes this worse? He rolled a 2, which means he's just gonna yank both of them really fast.
20 on the die.
20 on the die.
Oh,
5.
He was smart enough to
Okay.
keep up with the horse.
As you come exploding outward, you're instantly downed into the sand. You're about to crush Clay, and Clay dexterously just fucking dives out of the fucking way, pulls out his remaining dagger, cuts the fucking line, and rolls in the fucking dirt as you explode right through where he was standing. You do take 4 points of damage from the impact of just you putting your full force of your strength into the fucking dirt. And behind you, you hear the sound of fucking an explosion as you yank the corpse of the giant octopus out of the river. The stink of rotting, bloated, recently fucking exploded fucking fish fucking is just assailing your nostrils. And as you get back up onto your hooves, kind of catching your breath, you realize that you have finally won the tug of war.
Yay!
So, do you want to take it with us?
We have to.
Well, pull it out of the water the rest of the way first so that nothing pulls you guys both. You gonna move? I'm telling you, pull it all the way out of the water in case there's something bigger and it yanks both of you in.
Alright, so you move forward and drag the corpse out with you.
Go in. We'll meet up with you.
And it is, for those of you who aren't used to seafaring creatures, it is an ugly fucking alien of a fucking mess, dude. It's, you know, we've all seen octopuses in videos and shit in real life, but in fucking D&D, if you've never seen something like that shit before, that's some weird shit to pull out of a river, man. It's gross as fucking shit, and it's been bludgeoned to shit, it's been blasted to shit, it's been burned, it's been stabbed, it's literally had half its guts dragged from its fucking anus to its fucking eyeball as you were hauling it out with a fucking harpoon that had impaled it. It's just a fucking mess, man. And
I'm going to dislodge the harpoon and then cast the cantrip to remove all the stains from it.
you go to dislodge the harpoon. It's literally impossible to pull out of the thing, and eventually you realize and just
cut it
push it
loose.
through. You could cut it loose as well,
Just leave
but
it and drag the
it's already impaling the creature, and you just push it through to work with the barb instead of against the barb. And yeah, it's fucking disgusting. And
So-
you just press to digitate, and you see as Kat runs her hand over it, there's this arcane energy that appears to her hand, and all the guts and innards from the harpoon are literally lifted off of it effortlessly. And as she flings her hand to the side, it just leaves this like half circle streak of fucking ichor in the fucking dirt.
What was that?
It's just a little trick.
So prestidigitation cantrip.
Oh.
Each child can pull it off. It's
Can you
simple.
clean the horse?
No, actually, I can't.
Well, why not?
Because it's living matter. It doesn't work on anything alive.
It works on clothes, don't it?
Yeah, as soon as she changes back from a horse, I can clean her clothes off. But I'm pretty sure the ichor will come off with her
metamorphosis. I'm actually not sure how that
Game's
works.
like, you've never wondered how I stayed so clean?
I never looked at you. There's women in our party, sorry.
You know it's still.
I mean, you ever wondered why I'm wearing armor in this blistering heat and not even once perspiring? It's because I'm a beautiful lady.
I thought you were just wearing a dress, but okay.
I'm wearing super warm looking clothing in this heat, and I have not broken a sweat at all. Women don't sweat.
Yeah.
We glow with magic.
Anywho, let's just drag this thing back.
Are you okay with dragging this back? Are you able to maintain that form long enough? Let's take the stuff off of it, off of her. We'll have to carry it ourselves, and then she can just carry the octopus. If you change back, let us give us warning,
It's gonna work out.
and then when you get back to town, I'll help you clean off.
Feel wild shit?
Yeah, how long I can keep it? I think it's about an hour.
It's
Actually, I think it's much
semester,
longer.
yeah.
It's stupid.
It's half of your level. So an hour.
Druid wild
It
shit.
is.
And you can do twice a day, right? Alrighty.
Oh,
you know what?
able to have your level in hours. So yeah, for right now, you're literally about to drop your shit. Because it took you almost a full hour to get out.
But
Oh,
at the same time, a short
I
rest
can do it
recovers
twice,
there,
though.
right? Okay, well there you go.
I can wild shape
You can
twice.
just maintain.
And
your
around
form.
the time she's like, how long can you hold on to that shape? Fucking, you turn back into fucking Skinwalker Jane and fucking a bunch of fucking gear and harpoons and shit just fucking hit the ground around you.
Let me clean you off. Removing all of the filth from this poor person.
As she fucking just spits fucking red
I
fucking
am
sand
putting
and fucking
so
blood
much
out of her
effort into
mouth.
this. Now that I have an opportunity, I'm putting, like, they're coming off the nails.
At this point, she's unclothed because I don't think her clothes would carry on in more shape.
Everything
It does,
melts
actually.
into
Oh,
your body with
It
the gear
morphs
that
with you,
wear.
yeah.
Sweet. So, I guess
it just doesn't come off.
don't worry about it. I guess we do the horse thing again and go back into town.
Okay.
That's it. I can't
Alright.
do wild shape.
Let's
Oh,
wrap
good.
this thing
I
up.
just fucking ate shit. Let me do this horrible, disgusting fucking transformation that my fucking player came up with.
Oh my god.
Snap, snap, snap.
And as you pile your gear back onto Jane and head back into town.
Oh, we were carrying the gear actually.
I take
Because
a
she's
lot
Oh,
of
you're
carrying
gonna
the
throw the
octopus.
corpse on her?
Yeah.
You're taking the whole fucking corpse?
We're wrapping it up, tying it to her, keeping
Alright.
the harness on.
Jane, give me an athletics check using a horse's strength.
Oh shit, that's a plus 3. 19.
19? Like a champ, dude. You do this shit all day, no big deal. You guys go riding into town, walking into town victoriously with a giant fucking alien-looking fucking mass of fucking flesh, blood, ichor, and fucking rotten fish fucking strapped to the back of Jane's horse. Where are you going?
Don't ask me. They're the ones that know.
Heading to the
Shipping something like that.
the Lockshire shipping.
Lockshire Lane Shipping Company?
Shockshire change ship. Wow!
Yeah, try being a fucking DM. I gotta keep all this shit in my head, dude.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, so you head to the Lockshire Lane Shipping Company.
Jesus. Shipping company. We'll go with that.
At this point, it's well into the night, and you can see a closed sign on the door. No need for a perception check. There is what appears to be a dim lantern light from within still.
Good job, guys. This is for Shen. Let's use some of the funds to
Yes, for Len.
for a proper funeral.
You got a body?
You don't need a body.
I mean, this thing ate it, right? So you have a
Probably.
body.
What?
It's
Oh
probably
yeah,
strapped to the back of Jane.
that's true. Shen might be in her.
Good, let's go look
him.
at part of a body.
I mean, just burn the whole thing if that's what the town people want.
That's probably what we're gonna be doing.
But check to see if there's any money that can be out of that. Maybe it sells for some good food.
I mean, I can like
I don't
cut
think nobody
into
wants to eat
it and
this thing.
see what's in there.
You'd
Shem
be
did have a lot of
surprised.
I
money.
don't think nobody wants to eat this thing.
Coming from you.
Well, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying in general because I'm
For all
always-
you know,
The
this
presentation means a lot.
yeah.
You rode into town with it looking like this. You didn't ride into town with it fucking deep fried in the back.
Mhm.
You
a
know?
little garnish seasoning. Yeah, it's not tempting at all.
Do you mind using that spell for my my?
You didn't get pulled into the water.
I got dragged in the dirt. I'm covered in sweat. I'm not clean.
Certainly.
Thank you.
And all the red dust comes effortlessly off of you, hits the ground, and slowly begins to start accumulating to you instantly again because of the nature of the city. But you're cleaner.
I smell a little bit better. And I walk in. Like, hey, sweetie.
You go to walk in and the door's locked.
Oh.
Or a bell.
There is a bell outside. You give a slight rap to the door and get no response.
Come back in the morning, I suppose.
Yeah.
Unless they're at the bar.
Yeah. Cheryl, it's Clay.
You hear a latch on the inside and the sound of like a wooden bar being moved, and the door opens up, and you can see Cheryl's there. She's still dressed for business. She's got her spectacles on. Oh, Clay, I was just going over some books before I head off home. What's
I'm
that?
sorry. I should have prepped you for that, man. Cheryl, that is our kill from the river. Yes, I'm sorry. Where do we take? Oh, yes. Where do we take it? Just,
Most of the workers are at the bar. Just take it there.
yes. Leave quickly.
Don't take it inside.
No.
Mr. Wells will have a field day with that one. Just make sure they see it and it'll
Sorry,
be fine.
Cheryl.
Yep. Good to see you, Clay.
Yes. Bye.
Maybe
Yes.
come back less stinky.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We cut that way.
Alright. As you begin to walk away, Clay!
Yes. I come back.
In.
In.
She shuts the door. Oh, that is just...
That's yes.
It's like you brought the whole river with you. My boss likes to do business quickly, so when you get your pay, what was it, 30 gold each?
30 gold each, yes.
And you, looks like you had a new member with you, were they? Okay.
They're very useful.
Good.
They spent 20 or 30 gold on a harpoon to kill the tentacle creature.
Just a moment. She pulls out some paperwork. Always negotiate for coverage on expenses. Sorry, that one's out of your pocket. I can't do anything about that. Here's the 30 gold for each of you. Come back after a bath.
I did take it back.
Take another one.
Oh.
Removing the mildew does not remove the smell.
Well, she can't tell if it's coming off of Clay or coming off the shit around Clay. Like, it's just a really bad fucking smell.
Thank you, Sugar.
But yeah, she'll give you all the party's wages and
Good fight.
you guys take the corpse of the octopus. Well, first off, Clay comes out with a bag of payment.
Had it. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go.
So everybody gets 30 gold.
Alright, yeah, well.
Somebody should be keeping track for John's character too, because I'm not that.
Is that his first payment?
At this point, he's made 60 gold in the campaign.
But he paid 10, so he's up 50.
Yeah.
John plus 50 gold.
All right, so you guys go over to the Fat Angel, and you can hear before you get there the sound of liveliness in the streets. You obviously don't hear anything from the inside, the magical protective nature of the shell holding the sound in, as you guys discovered before. But you can hear liveliness, joviality, much more so than your first time in town. It sounds like there's a party going on in Fat Angel before you guys even arrive. And as you show up with the corpse of the tentacle beast on the back of Skinwalker Jane, you can see several faces you recognize from the worker crowd are out in front of the Fat Angel. It looks like everybody's kind of drinking on the front porch type of thing. And you hear uproarious cheers and, oh, they got it! They got it! And you just hear clapping and cheering as they welcome you into the bar. Oh, good job, good job. We're going to be able to get back to work, and we're going to make so much money off this, even more than tonight. You have no idea. Steve and his crew, they just came in with a huge haul. They just struck it rich. They bought drinks for everybody. Go in there, get your free drinks, right?
Good.
And they kind of usher you in, patting you on the backs. As you walk in, the scene gets much, much louder as you walk in, and it seems like the vast majority of town is at the bar tonight. And just as you kind of take in the scene, there's a level of smoke hanging in the air from people smoking cigars. You can see a couple, looks like elven figures, and they're sitting at a table with a large smoking device that we would know as a hookah. But being that none of you are from the Elven lands, you've probably never seen one before. But you can see that they're using this apparatus to smoke something out of. There's drinks in every hand. Some people are double fisting it. You see people cheersing. You can see the gambling tables that are set up right now. And there's, instead of the copper silver games that you guys saw before, you see people playing with gold. And then occasionally you see like a couple of red crystals here and there that are like on tables. And you can see that there is, once you get up to the bar, there's a small box on the bar. And in there is several of these red crystals are sitting on the bar. And it looks like somebody has bought the place drinks and food for the night, and they're throwing a huge party. There's the 3 girls you saw earlier are dancing with the gentleman out on the center floor, and they're, twirling and dancing and singing and just being their good, showroom girl kind of selves. True saloon girls. They don't necessarily come across as you would know from Lockshire, fucking stupid street walking trash. These are hired professional entertainers that are meant to keep the men happy and keep the men drinking. Usually to drum up business, but it looks like business is paid for, and so they are just having a good time tonight. You guys mosey up to the bar, and Mr. Wells is sitting behind the bar helping Cookie serve drinks with the larger crowd tonight. He comes over. Hey, word beat you to the bar. I heard you guys got it.
We got it. Got it good.
That's fantastic news. I can't wait to get rid of that smell.
How did word get here so fast?
Because they can talk faster than you can move through a crowd. Essentially,
Somebody
you had
saw
to
us
push
when
your
we got
way
to
to the bar.
Somebody saw us pulling a giant creature in the back and ran in and told the town. Probably one of the town watches.
Oh, so what are you drinking?
A fine wine would be nice. Something from your establishment, maybe.
I'll get into my reserves, and it's going to be a minute. And for you two?
I'm actually going to share that one time.
Water.
Glass of water handed over to you. And let me get to the reserve. And he gets out from behind the bar. About 3 minutes later, comes back with a fine bottle. It's his family's name. You can see the Wells family name on it. Mind you, I'm going to be honest. This is not our best vintage. However, it does come from our second best year. That year was known for its fine headiness, the richness of the flavors, and the opacity. And as he puts it in the glass and swirls it gently,
I'll
you can
chill
definitely
the glass for him.
you can definitely see the glass has a thicker than normal wine kind of
Oh, no spells. Sorry.
thicker than normal wine coat to it, and it maintains its line for probably 30 seconds before it starts to run into drips around the side. Sure, you'll be pleased. Thank you for your service to the town.
Can I have another one?
Glad
I'm
to
gonna go
help.
take it back to Cheryl.
Absolutely.
Would anybody be dining on the beast?
I'm gonna go sneak away.
Dining on the beast?
That thing's been eating rotten fish for quite a while. It probably doesn't taste that great.
I wouldn't recommend eating it. However, if you're looking to get rid of it,
Taxidermy might be fun. Have not something nice to
could be very fun.
have it hanging over there. It would look pretty intimidating.
Care to sell it?
Oh,
The money
Yeah.
would go to you.
Roll his stuff back.
You had to
away.
pull it. So anything
I had
you
to
get,
carry it and pull it, yeah.
yeah, because you pulled it, all the money would go to you.
No, they
Yeah,
want
you get advantage on it, by the way.
they want the crystals off of it at least. That's fine.
So I had a
Yeah, we're getting rid of it.
You're getting rid of it? How much do you want for it?
That's a good question. I don't even know what this is all for.
pieces.
Give a rough estimate. Say, rare creature. For the size, the assumption, I'm not going to highball it.
19.
A fine specimen you won't find again. It's hideous, but that only makes it more impressive. 50 gold.
I can go as high as 30.
Sure, you gave us the wine.
And he hands over 3 platinum.
Jesus.
There you go. For carrying it all this
Yeah,
way, that is definitely your share.
The platinum's in Imperial Talons, but it is accepted currency here. Just kind of a unique stamp from what most of you are used to. You're used to seeing Imperial coin a lot more in Moksha. But through the rest of Rivia, it's not used as commonly, but it's accepted currency.
If you aren't aware, that's worth 30 gold, so one each is worth
She's
10
thinking
gold.
about making it into a necklace. Wait, how big are they?
I would not recommend wearing
Not
it.
big at all. It's a I would say actually slightly smaller than your average gold piece.
Yeah, they're going to be a necklace. Or a
Um,
charm.
Yeah, I would recommend crafting it into something completely different. Carrying around 3 normal platinum and showing it will only get you mugged and killed for it, because that's 30 gold.
So you said your Irish goodbye with a stealth check of
19.
19, and you slip off to go bang Cheryl. Really wish you hadn't have done that. Because, as if on cue, when you're explaining to Jane the nature of getting mugged, the front doors of the saloon swing wide open. 10 gentlemen of various races, wearing masks over their faces, come walking into the bar with guns and crossbows drawn, 2 of them holding spells, and they say, "Everybody hands up! This is a robbery!" And that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Spells, and they say, "Everybody hands up! This is a robbery!" And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Thank you for watching episode 2. Pictures and music are not mine, they're somebody else's. I will find who made them and I will post them on the blog. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel.